Yes, Your Honor.
And what was the reason?
She is currently admitted at the Metropolitan Medical Center, Your
Before
Honor.
going here, did you personally visit your client in order to find out whether or not she was confined at Masangkay
Metro
Medical
Manila.
Center?
Yes, Your Honor.
Matutukoy po namin kung sinong may kasalanan. Maniwala po kayo sa amin. Kaya kung yung pong mga nagkasakit, na binigyan nyo ng kung ano-anong mga medical certificate, nagmamalinggaring po kayong lahat, hindi na po ako interesado doon.
Absences. Our representative from Tianlong. Sir, Paige, can you please assist?
Hi, good morning, Your Honors. I am Attorney Frank Figura of Puno Figura Law Offices. Puno and Figura Law Offices, Congressman. And what I might be saying could be hearsay because I was told by the client, but I will try to be candid as much as possible to inform this honorable body about the whereabouts of the two officers of Chanlong. And I would like to clarify also that we are not the in-house counsel. Our services were secured only last week to assist them in this investigation, Your Honor. So,
Anyway, Attorney, is there any representative
yes,
from
yes,
Tianlong?
the assistant operations manager. I required her to be present and bring all
Okay.
the inventories and
So,
all the documents.
Attorney,
Just a question. Where is the operations manager? Is he included among the reasons na may sakit?
No, Your Honor.
Oh,
Mr. Mansat, according to the admin officer of Tianlong, already left the country at the height of the pandemic. He is a Chinese national.
so there is no operations manager since the pandemic.
Yes, Your
Oh,
Honor.
yung bang assistant manager masasagot ang mga tatanong ni Congressman Marcoleta?
I hope so, Your Honor, because
No, we don't hope.
she,
Pakitanong mo na sa kanya. Nasaan yung assistant manager?
she is around, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh,
She was the one who prepared the
no,
inventories and everything.
iba yung preparation, iba yung personal knowledge. Oh, where is the assistant manager? Oh, Miss Judith Garcia. Oh, ano excuse na Eric Pabilonia? No, first follow-up question. Ano ang excuse ni Eric Pabilonia? Let's the lawyer speak.
Your Honor, I was told that Eric Pabilona left for Hong Kong to undergo eye surgery last March 4, Your Honor.
Last March 4.
Long before the subpoena was sent.
Oh,
to
kailan daw
Your Honor.
babalik si Eric Pabilonia?
We are not sure yet, Your Honor.
Okay.
when
Did
is
you
he
ask
coming back.
your client kung kailan babalik yung si Eric Pabilonia?
I can verify from the admin officer, Your Honor.
Okay, and we will verify it also from the immigration. Oh, yung
Yes, Your
assistant manager. Wala raw kayong operations manager since the pandemic.
Ma'am, can you please turn on the mic?
Before pandemic, that was meron po kaming operations manager.
Oh, yun na
which is
naman. Iba na naman
boss,
yung statement nyo.
our boss, Eric Pabilona.
Siya ang operations manager.
Opo, during that time.
So we need his presence here.
My boss is not
Oh.
in the country. She's in.
Masasagot mo ang mga itatanong sa iyo. List of depositors, list of withdrawals, kung gaano karami ang volume, etc.
Yeah, actually, Your Honor, I have all the I
Kaya mo
submitted
sagutin?
already. Well, some.
Oh,
We will try.
Alin?
Yes, concern ko, Attorney and Ma'am, there is no medical certificate given to this committee by Mr. Eric
Pabilona.
yeah,
Yes, Your Honor.
Pabilona. So,
Yes.
and easily through email. We will require a medical certificate
Within the day.
within the day. So please inform your client.
Yes, tatawag lang naman kayo sa Hong Kong, ipadadala lang yan ng
Yes, the Honorable Stella.
And Mr. Chair, can the medical certificate indicate the present medical condition of Mr. Eric Pabilonia?
Yes, we will communicate with the client, Your Honor.
Expect that medical certificate within the day. Before lunch. Oh, within the day. 4 o'clock. Abutin kami ng gabi rito, hindi pa kami nag-uumpisa. Okay, Panyero.
I will just ask the
No, ikaw ang abogado eh. Ikaw nagsabing nasa Hong Kong ang iyong kliyente at nagpa-eye surgery eh. And he left the country as early as March 4. Eh kami yung mga nagpapa-eye surgery, isang araw lang. Karamihan sa amin, outpatient pa eh. O kaya nga. So we verify because we expect you to tell the truth. As a matter of fact, we wish to remind you that yesterday in the Philippine Star, Speaker Romualdez was quoted. He issued directive to Congressman Emberga that the resource persons must be telling the truth. If they are lying or if they will not appear, you issue contempt order and ask for their imprisonment. Because the speaker is serious about this issue. Eh nagkatataka nga kami habang tumatagal, ang daming nagkakasakit.
So, Attorney,
yeah.
Okay.
yes, we will get back to you, Attorney.
Yes,
I hope you could,
get back with the I don't have direct contact with the
but
Mr.
you have the means,
Pabillona.
Attorney.
Yes, I
to-
will contact the
Sige po,
officer.
we'll get back to you in about 2 hours.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney. Thank you. So, lastly, Miss Marlene Lamata of Ribson. Do we have a representative from Ribson?
Oh.
Attorney Contado?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, is there any other representative for Ribson?
Yes, Your Honor. The plant manager of Ribson Cold Storage is present and he can answer all the questions and he has personal knowledge of the operations of Ribson Cold Storage, Your Honor.
Yes, can you enlighten us with the current condition of Miss Marlene Lamata?
Your Honor, Miss Marlene Lamata is suffering from upper respiratory tract infection, Your Honor. All the week he was coughing very hard and he was even coughing green phlegm, Your Honor.
Just for the record, where is the whereabouts of Miss Marlene Lamata today?
He's resting at his residence in Makati, Your Honor.
Makati, what is the specific address?
Viewfront condominium, Your Honor.
Because Marlene Lamata was present during the last scheduled hearing, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your client was the one going to Switzerland. Oh, and you don't know the address in Makati?
Viewfront condominium in Makati, in BTC.
So I would respectfully move that our physician who stated that her medical condition is not a ground for non-appearance to visit her personally today to be assisted by her lawyer, attorney,
Alvin Contado, Your Honor.
so that we will find out whether or not that will be a valid reason for her absence, her medical condition. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I so move.
Any objections? There being none, motion is carried. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Bautista. We hope to hear from you as soon as possible. Yes.
Mr. Chair,
At saka wheelchair
Yes.
stretcher.
The Honorable Dante Marcoleta.
bago natin paalisin si Doktor, what happens if the personal doctors of these people will invoke confidentiality? What will you do?
Yeah, a
Well,
physical
this is
visit.
just a physical visit in case there will be
Hindi nga
a
kasi meron nga confidentiality between a patient and a doctor. And that one, hindi natin mababiolate yun. So
pero
pupuntahan lang ni doktor titingnan niya para paano kung sabihin ng doktor niya, ano bang itatanong mo sa kanila? Kasi para hindi na tayo magtagal kasi
Oo nga, pero-
nadadivert lahat ng pinag-uusapan.
Well, actually, when we speak of legality, when it is an issue of physical client relationship, patient, physician, privilege communication, that could be the subject of waiver. And whenever you presented your medical certificate, it behooves upon us to verify whether or not that medical certificate is correct or not. Otherwise, if we shall not conduct an investigation, any resource person who does not want to attend shall only present a medical certificate and telling us, you cannot examine me because there is a patient-physician privilege. And that will render our constitutional duty to conduct an investigation in aid of legislation. That's my very point.
Tama naman yung point mo, pero sinasabi ko, baka mamaya sabihin ng doktor nila, I invoke confidentiality, yun lang.
If any physician will invoke confidentiality, I would respectfully move that that physician be required to be present here to be assisted by a lawyer so that we can discuss this issue. In order that
Hindi
we
nga
can
pwede
create
yun,
a
that's a confidential.
Hindi, kaya nga titanungin natin sa physician,
Anyway,
not the medical
yes.
condition, but why is he invoking physician-patient privilege?
yes, anyway, they are assisted by their lawyers and they have agreed to the request to be personally seen by the House doctor.
Yes, Your Honor, we submit
Yes, thank you.
the orders of the
Okay.
committee.
So anyway, that is the last of it. So
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
just a manifestation on the exchange of ideas we had earlier. Confidentiality patient, doctor confidentiality can be subject to limitations, Mr. Chairman, when especially it involves national security, public interest. That is what we are doing here. This is the public interest, and it is higher than our private rights. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
thank you for that, Minority Leader Nonoy. Anyway, from also to be included with Dr. Bautista's home visit is Miss Grace Ong. Is the body agreeable? Miss Grace Ong is the patient who is alleged to be a suspect or probable COVID-19 patient.
Is he represented by lawyer?
Yes, Attorney Eugene. Yes.
Okay. Nagkaroon ba siya ng antigen or RT-PCR? To confirm whether or not she has COVID. Oh, wala.
Your Honor, it was mentioned, Your Honor, that yes, Your Honor, the RT-PCR was
You are a
conducted.
lawyer, you must answer definite. Huh? RT-PCR was conducted. What's the result? As a lawyer,
Your response, please.
I was informed, Your Honor, that the result of the RT-PCR is probable COVID, Your Honor.
How is that possible, Attorney?
Positive,
Probable. Okay, so
Yes.
it's either
In fact-
positive or negative, Attorney.
In fact, Your Honor, it is indicated in the certification, Your Honor.
That's
Yeah,
what?
Mr.
It was
Chair, if I
negative.
may.
Negative. Correct, Attorney?
No, there's no indication, Your Honor, but it states, Your Honor.
Okay.
It states, Your Honor,
anyway, we-
the
suspect probable, Your Honor.
PCR right now to our competent
Yes.
legislator
what date
who
was
happens
this-
to be a physician.
What date was this done, Attorney? Before I turn it over to Dr. Janet Garin.
Hindi, okay. Oh. Puta.
Anyway, while waiting, the chair would like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Eddie Bong Plaza. Salamat, sir. Thank you po. We have also the Honorable Joboy Aquino. Maraming salamat po, Kong Joboy.
Medical certificate, Chief Health Office. Kaya kailan mata? Puta na.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, what was mentioned here is to rule out COVID-19 suspect, probable. So is this what the good lawyer is referring to, Mr. Chair? Or is he referring to a PCR test?
Your Honor, the PCR test, Your Honor. I was informed, Your Honor, that it was conducted, the RT-PCR test was conducted in March 15, 2023, Your Honor. And
And what was the result,
we
sir?
were informed, Your Honor, that it's positive, Your Honor.
The result is positive.
Your Honor.
Can we have a copy of the PCR test?
We will, Your Honor, we will submit, Your Honor.
That's why we're requesting for a, okay, Mr. Chair, it's put it this way. If the honorable lawyer is telling the truth, apologies for that a PCR test yielded a positive result last March 15, the medical certificate that we have states rule out COVID-19 suspect probable dated March 18. And it even says rule out systemic viral influenza or possible flu. In other words, if there was a PCR test that showed a positive result, then that could have been reflected in the medical certificate. And Your Honor, while it is true that the PCR test, the PCR, by the way, is a gold standard because a positive test means you were able to capture, nakuha, nakita, nahawakan ng makina ang virus. A probable positive result can actually happen, but immediately the laboratory technician will conduct a retesting. It will immediately feed the sample because the sample can actually have 3 repeat tests. Yeah. In other words, Mr. Chair, if that was a probable positive result, it simply means it was again tested. So meron yang result. Hindi yan the laboratory will never release an official result that states probable. Okay.
Considering the statement given by our physician, what then would be the pleasure of Congresswoman Green?
Mr. Chair, we do appreciate, we do understand no medical illnesses. Syempre kailangan din we empathize with the patient. However, we have to avoid abuse of science. Kasi hindi naman po kasi pwedeng may konting ubo, may konting sinat. It's very unusual for a hearing to have a lot of patients. Moreover, this is not the first hearing, Mr. Chair. Ang pinaka-importante kasi dito, kung wala kang tinatago, if you are not involved in economic sabotage, you will not be hiding. Mr. Chair, Your Honors, I also underwent at some point in time investigations. I was never absent because I was not hiding anything. So the mere fact that people are not coming, we have to go back. Sino-sino ang answerable sa pag-akyat ng presyo noong last quarter of 2022? So if these people are involved, if they have medical certificates, like for the possibility of a COVID suspect patient, then we can actually request the doctor to be present before us and confirm if indeed Grace Ong, 43 years old, is not allowed to appear before this body. Siyempre, yung isa bleeding, yung isa kidney transplant, but this is an upper respiratory tract infection. Marami dito yung inuubo, Mr. Chair. It's not really a reason.
Housekeeping muna tayo. Update muna tayo dito sa mga nasupina at saka mga naimbitahan natin. So we have a letter from Ms. Lilia Lea Cruz stating na meron po siyang condition at she is currently confined. A letter, a medical certificate issued also for Ms. Mary Ann Lim. Medical certificate for Ms. Kim Kok Lim. A medical certificate from Ms. Grace Ang Ong. No medical certificate for the subpoenaed Mr. Eric Pabilona. Only an explanation. I think the lawyer and the staff is here to further explain the condition. Subpoena was also issued to Mr. Sheman Shat, who is also not here. Ms. Marlene Lamata is also was invited and has a medical certificate. Ms. Vilma Camato has been invited and also submitted a medical certificate. Dami may sakit. I don't want to prejudge. Being the chair, ayoko na prejudge, but we will accord them the chance to explain the pandemic happening at this stage. So, but before that, may I request the committee secretary to administer the oath of our resource persons for today.
I am the lawyer of Ms. Leia Cruz. I am Attorney Kenneth Brian Tejeo. And I would like first thing to give thanks to this honorable committee for giving us really the opportunity to nevertheless tell the side of the our story with regard to this medical certificate.
Just for a moment, Panyero, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand that you also took an oath before.
No, sir, I did not take any oath.
Would you be willing to take an oath before us?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay,
if it's
I think
possible.
it's better.
Yes, Comsec, can you please administer the oath of Attorney Tejeo?
Before we read the medical certificate of your client, I wish to remind you that during the February 27, 2023 hearing of this committee, Leia Cruz was absent.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you inform us that Leia Cruz was absent because of the fact that she would be visiting the farmers in Nueva Ecija.
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
partly, yes, Your Honor.
And she was required to present the reason for her absence, and suddenly the reason was already different, that she has to attend to a very important matter pertaining to a bank transaction. Do you recall whether or not that was the written explanation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On March 7, 2023, we required also her presence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, we were informed that she would not be available to attend the hearing on March 7, 2023, because in the afternoon, she would be having a hearing before the Sandigan Bayan.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And based on the record submitted to us, you are not the lawyer of Leia Cruz in the Sandigan Bayan on March 7, 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
On behalf of your client, can you secure a certificate of appearance before the Sandigan Bayan that Leia Cruz was present in the afternoon of March 7, 2023?
Yes, Your Honor.
Specifying the start of the hearing and up to what time the hearing ended.
Yes, Your Honor.
And now, for the third time, another reason was given by your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was the reason?
She is currently admitted at Metropolitan Medical Center, Your
Before
Honor.
going here, did you personally visit your client in order to find out whether or not she was confined at Masangkay?
Metro
Medical
Manila.
Center.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was the date of her confinement?
It's March 19, Your Honor.
March 19. Ano ba yan? So she was confined there up to from March 19 up to the present?
Your Honor, she
is an outpatient?
she's confined, Your Honor, starting March 19, pero meron na po siyang undergoing medical
Hindi, okay na yun.
procedures
Confined siya up to March 19.
since.
Okay, so the medical certificate was presented to us, and we requested the physician of the house to read the medical certificate and state whether or not her confinement will be a valid ground for her not to appear at this schedule.
Yes, Your
hearing.
Honor, if the reading will not violate the right of the client to privacy, since that would contain the assessment of her medical condition.
Yes, but there is no right of privacy insofar as investigation is concerned.
We
You know
yield,
the
Your
right of
Honor.
privacy,
We
the right
yield,
to
Your
be
Honor.
let alone. Eh kung lahat ng resource person sa amin, sasabihin right of privacy, eh di wala nang pupunta rito.
We understand,
Oh,
Your
we
Honor.
understand. So, we requested our physician to read and interpret the medical certificate which you have presented on behalf of your client and find out whether that medical certificate will be a valid medical reason for her not to appear for today's hearing.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressman. I'm the medical director of the House of Representatives, Dr. Luis Bautista. I'm asked to evaluate all the medical certificates and also what you have been telling us now. Don't worry, Mr. Chair and Honorable Congressman, I'm not here to discuss actually one by one the problems of your client, because I know that might violate the,
Thank you for that.
yes.
The right
So we don't need to, actually, we don't need to,
what right is violated?
no, we don't need to, actually,
Oh,
Mr. Yeah,
reading the medical certificate would not be a violation to the right of privacy of your client. Will that be correct?
Mr. Chair, I think the lawyer is invoking patient and doctor's privilege because this is
yeah,
a privileged communication. This all. I think
Present,
okay.
okay, but the trouble when your client presented the medical certificate, that is an implied waiver or even an express waiver of availing the patient physician privilege. E binigay niyo medical certificate, hindi namin pwedeng basahin. Ano gagawin namin dito?
For purposes of being submitted to the honorable committee.
O so,
But the-
will just accept at its face value.
If Your Honor, we yield to the desire of the honorable committee and we comply and there's no
Oh yes, you
objection.
have to comply. Whether you do not like or you like our desires. Oh. Okay, so you interpret the medical certificate.
Yes, Honorable Congressman, with this certificate, your client, Miss Lilia Cruz, 47-year-old female, has the condition stated herein, no? I need not go to it one by one, but with these conditions, and she's actually admitted, no? She's actually admitted for her condition of bleeding. So let's just say bleeding, no? So, but this does not preclude her from attending this session by Zoom. That's what I have to say here, no? So,
Well,
that's the thing.
actually,
Because she's admitted, sir,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be enough. But insofar as this representation is concerned, I most respectfully move that the physician of Congress at Dr. Bautista be required or requested to visit today personally and see the condition of Leia Cruz as to whether or not her condition really prevents her from attending the session insofar as the current investigation is being concerned. Do you think that there will be a violation to that?
I think there is none, Your Honor.
Okay, there is none. So we will be requesting our physician to go there personally. And I would suggest that you assist him para makita mo naman kung anong gagawin ng physician.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
Just a short
No,
question.
I have a motion first. I so move.
Second, Your Honor. Any objections? There being none, motion is carried. We are requesting Dr. Bautista to assist to join attorney Tejeyo to go to Manila
Manila Medical
Center
Center.
to see the current
Metropolitan.
to the Metropolitan Medical Center. Okay, Kong Stella?
Yes, Mr. Chair, just a quick question. Doc Bautista, base sa medical certificate na binasa mo at base sa nakalista na conditions or diagnosis kay Miss Lilia Cruz, will those conditions warrant confinement? This is just based on your own experience and expertise.
as stated by her physician, which she signed here, she needs to be admitted at this time. because of, yes,
On your
Yes, sir.
own experience,
I would
looking
agree.
at the conditions stated,
Yeah.
kinakailangan ma-confine siya.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. He needs to be confined
Right, in
for
which
these
case,
conditions, yes.
Mr. Chair, kailangan talagang bisitahin ni Dr. Bautista. Thank you po.
Considering that Celia Cruz was admitted to the Metropolitan Medical Center as early as March 19 or 2 days ago. Whether or not her condition improves or it aggravated.
Last na lang. And Mr. Chair, just in case Dr. Bautista, by his own assessment, concludes that hindi naman debilitating ang physically debilitating ang sitwasyon ni Miss Lilia Cruz, baka naman po pwede po siyang mag-participate sa ating hearing via Zoom today.
All right. So I object
Yes.
that she be present by Zoom. If her condition permits her to appear here personally, then she has to appear here personally or even possibly tomorrow.
We are still pending
Okay.
the room assignment for
Okay.
tomorrow. So,
Okay.
okay. So anyway, we will first wait for the observations of Dr. Bautista and the report. So, okay. So that being resolved, may we now move on to the yes, yes, of course, we have a medical doctor
No,
present,
no.
the Honorable Janet Garin. May I also recognize, of course, the presence of the Honorable Minority Leader Nonoy Libanan. Thank you po for joining us. The Honorable Joseph Vilago is also with us. And of course, the Honorable Janet Garin. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Earlier, while I was in Zoom, I heard that one of the invited resource person cannot attend because of COVID symptoms. So may we be allowed to pursue that line of questioning because it's very easy to have a COVID test, a swab test, and present a result. Nagawa po ba?
Yes. Dr. Bautista. Anyway, we'll do it. We'll hear the other.
Like
Yes,
it was
there's
mentioned
one-
earlier. There
Yes,
was
Comsec
like
maybe
there was one whole team. I'm not sure if it was Super 8
from
or
Super
Chando.
5.
Super 5.
Yes.
And one had COVID symptoms, so that could have easily been resolved by a swab test. And there was also a patient who was recently transplanted. May we inquire how many months or how many days ago? Because if you're a transplant patient, you're on immunosuppressants for life, but you're only supposed to be in isolation for 3 to 6 months. Yes, Mr. Chair. Yeah, no, for if you are a transplant patient, that was what I was asking, when was the transplantation? Because if you're, it's the same company. It's the same company. Different person. So like yung isa may COVID symptoms, dapat nagpa-swab sana kasi malalaman mo kung negative, they could have attended. Yung isa naman is a transplant patient. Of course, kailangan talagang alagaan yun. But when was this? Because the reason was that the patient was on immunosuppressant. So all kidney transplant patients will be on immunosuppressants for life. But isolation is only 3 to 6 months. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So anyway, having said that, Kong Janet, we will hear the excuses of from their representatives here. So for Miss Mary Ann Lim, is there anyone from Super 5? Any lawyer present for Super 5 that would wish to further elaborate and expound on the condition of Miss Mary Ann Lim? The medical condition? Super 5.
Mr. Chair, Super 5 is an owner of a cold storage facility.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
Honorable
because
Ladan.
I am made to understand, Mr. Chair, that the direction of this inquiry is to go after the cold storage owners and warehouses, because this is the only way that we can determine the volume of deposits made and the volume of withdrawals made over a period of time, so that we can analyze the flow of the commodity over time. This is the only way to check about hoarding and the possible integration of smuggled goods in the entire supply chain. Kasi kung hanapin muna natin yung mga tao, pati doktor na gano'n, this is a diversion, Mr. Chair. Nauubos ang panahon natin ang gusto kong makita rito kagaya ng nangyari sa Argo. Initially, Mr. Chair, napakaganda po ng sinabit na documents. Dito nakikita na natin kung sino-sino yung nag-deposit, sino yung mga nag-withdraw, iba't ibang tao. Over a period of time, dito makikita na natin eh. Tsaka na natin patawag sila pag na-determine na natin yung data, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Anyway, we'll just do a run through, Honorable Dante, with regards to this. They have their lawyer present. Attorney Eugene Riego.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am Attorney Eugene Riego, representing Super 5, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney, are you aware of the submission of a medical certificate for Miss Mary Ann Lim, Miss Kim Kok Lim?
Yes, Your Honor. We submitted the
Yes,
medical
can you
certificate
further enlighten us on that? Are they currently confined?
I'm not aware, Your Honor. However, Your Honor, because of the medical condition, she manifested, Your Honor, that he cannot attend this hearing, Your Honor. Likewise, Your Honor, as regards Miss Jocelyn Cobanquiet, Your Honor, Kim Tok, Your Honor.
So I get you right that you are not aware of their medical condition?
I am aware, Your Honor, that they have they're undergoing a medical condition, Your Honor. Then as represented by a medical certificate, Your Honor.
Okay, so for the Honorable Janet Garin, I think mentioned earlier, for Mr. Kim Kok Lim.
Oh, ano reason kay
The previous one, but that was last February 2014. 2014. Yeah, 2014. But currently he's still undergoing Honorable Congresswoman immunosuppressant therapy.
Yeah, that's why, Mr. Chair, my point is, if you're a kidney transplant patient, you are on immunosuppressants for life. But the period of isolation where you are vulnerable for infection is between 3 to 6 months. Considering that is a senior citizen, strict isolation is only up to 6 months. Be that as it may, Mr. Chair, tama po si Congressman Marcoleta. We really have to go to the meat and the core of this investigation at sagutin bakit nung huling quarter ng 2022, bakit po ba naging sobrang mahal ang sibuyas? And even though the prices are down now, Mr. Chair, it's not a justification for us to stop because the culprits should be answerable.
Yes, thank you.
Say clarification. Ang nakikita nga natin, yung mga resource persons natin ay hindi umattend ang nagkakasakit. So we'll just dispense with their absence and just go on with the hearing without requiring them to explain why they are absent. There must be a valid reason. Otherwise, if we shall not take any action against these absences, then we can expect that in the future, pwede po lang umabsent. Hindi na kami pupunta roon at kinakailangan continue ang investigation. And I don't think that will be a valid excuse.
Yes, anyway, we will just go through this briefly. So at least we are also according them the due course that they explain also the condition. So at least we're made familiar also of the concerns. So tsaka reminder po, these are people issued subpoenas. So mahalaga po ito. So there are only about 3 left. So we have for Mr. Eric Pabilona and Mr. Sheman Chat. Ay, sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
79.
Yes, this is the kidney transplant patient in 2014.
Yes. Oh, what?
If you will see the history of the patient here, he's been in and out of the hospital supposedly. So it's really his condition is really not that good, and now he's still under immunosuppressant drugs. That will make him quite susceptible.
Okay.
Susceptible to problems.
Just for the record, who is the lawyer for? You are the lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm lawyer for
And
the Super 5, Your Honor.
Mr. Kim Cockling could not appear
Yes, Your Honor.
because of his medical condition?
Yes, Your Honor. The medical condition
Did
that
you
was
ask
stated.
your client who can properly represent them insofar as this investigation is concerned and who has personal knowledge about the operations of Super 5, which happens to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, cold storage in our country? 600 bags ang capacity. 600,000 bags multiplied by 28 kilos per bag. How many millions is that? 1.3 million? 1.8? Kilos. Okay. Oh, sino? Sinabi ba ng iyong kliyente kung sino pwede mag-represent? At
Yes, Your
pwede
Honor.
sumagot directly out of personal knowledge? Baka naman dadating dito. Hindi po namin alam. Because we not expect that Mr. Kim Kok Lim, who is already 79 years old, I don't think that he will be in charge of the operations. Somebody must know. Sino ang in charge ng operation? Sino?
Yes, Your Honor. I
Who?
believe, Your Honor, that the other subpoenas were sent to Super 5, Your Honor.
Sino sa mga kliyente mo ang pwedeng mag-appear dito at mag-testify? No, let's hear the words of the lawyer first. Baka naman pagpunta na naman dito at pag tinanong natin, pasensya na kayo, hindi ako involved sa operations. Oh.
Yes, Your Honor. We have, Your Honor, Mr. George, Your Honor, the General Manager of Super 5, Your Honor.
Aside from him.
I believe, Your Honor, that one of the directors was also received some subpoena, Your Honor.
Yung nandito na. Oh, are they
Yes, Your
here?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor, they are here.
Oh,
Your
who
Honor.
are here?
Mr. George, Your Honor, and
Oh,
Mr.
what's the position of Mr. George?
is the General Manager, Your Honor.
General Manager. Is he an owner? Okay. Oh, aside from the General Manager. Wala na?
We also have your Mr. Michael Kingtan, Your Honor.
Oh, Michael Quintang, what is his position?
He's one of the directors, Your Honor.
Oh, one of the
Super 5.
directors. Managing Director. Oh, of course. Okay.
Attorney, ganito eh. Ang dapat na mag-attend sa hearing namin na representative ng mga cold storage ay yung merong kakayahan na magbigay sa amin ng impormasyon na hinihingi namin. Katulad nung nangyari sa Argo na nakipag-cooperate sa amin, ibinibigay nila sa amin ang lahat ng pangalan nag-deposit sa kanilang mga storage facilities. At sino-sino yung nag-withdraw sa bawat panahon. Regular yon. Yung bang nagsipag-attend ngayon ay ganun din ang kanilang kakayahan na magbigay sa amin ng impormasyon dahil tututukan namin ito. 20 cold storage lang ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So palagay ko, alam naman ninyo kung ano yung hiningi namin nung nakaraan. Hindi naman kami hihingi pa ng higit doon sa ginawa namin noon. Pare-parehas lang ito. So yung bang nag-attend ngayon, nasaan ba siya?
He's outside, Your Honor, because
Akala ko, sabi mo nandito.
not inside, Your Honor, outside the room, Your Honor, because the room is full, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. George Ong, are you with us?
Mr. George Ong, are you a Filipino citizen?
Native born po, sir, Your Honor.
Ano daw?
Did you say
Huh?
native born,
Yes,
Mr.?
You are a natural born Filipino citizen?
Yes po.
You can speak Filipino?
Tagalog po.
Oh,
Mr. Chairman, I think he said he is a native born, meaning he is not a Filipino, but he was born here in the Philippines.
tinatanong ko kung native born Filipino. Yes, sir, sabi niya eh. Napanganak ka dito, Mr.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, Filipino ka, hindi ka nag-elect ng Chinese citizenship.
Chinese citizen pero dito ako pinanganak.
Yes.
May passport po kayo, Mr. Ong? Philippine
Meron po.
passport din?
Ah.
Meron kayong Philippine passport?
Wala po.
Wala.
Oh.
Okay.
So, you were born here in the Philippines, but you are a Chinese citizen. Tama yon?
Opo.
Hindi ka pa nag-naturalize, di ba?
Hindi pa po.
Ang tatay mo is a Chinese citizen.
Yes po.
O yun. Pero nakakaintindi siya ng Tagalog. Kaya mong ibigay sa amin ang mga datos na kukunin ng committee ito? Halimbawa, yung pangalan ng lahat ng nagdi-deposit sa iyong storage facility. Meron ka lahat ng pangalan na nagdi-deposit.
Meron po, Your Honor.
Yung mga nagwi-withdraw, per bag ito.
Meron po.
Katulad nung hiningi namin sa Argo, maliwanag na meron silang talaan dito. Ito lamang kasi ang paraan para makita natin yung extent ng hoarding over a period of time. Kasi pagdating ng Oktubre, inuubos na lahat yan ng mga hoarders. Kukunin nila sa mga cold storage, dadalhin sa Maynila, doon na nagkakataguan. Kaya mong ibigay sa amin itong mga ito?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, kailangan sumagot ka ng totohanan dito. Yung yes ka pagkatapos hindi mo magagawa. Pati yung consumption ng electricity ninyo, kukunin namin sa inyo. Meron kayong monthly consumption ng electricity, tama?
Meron po.
Ibibigay nyo lahat sa amin yon. So pwede na ito, huwag na nating hanapin yung may sakit na may-ari. Kaya na nito, provided na ibibigay mo lahat sa amin. Importante yung tinatanong natin kay Director Culaste at kay Director Panganiban, yung paano natin nadidetermine ba yung volume ng dapat na importahan natin? Sino ba yung nag-uusap? Halimbawa, itong 2021, merong importation on record as PSA. Ito lumabas sa Philippine Star, 101,000 metric tons in 2021. Ang gap natin noon is 38,000 lang, pero ang importation ninyo is 101,000 metric tons. Sino ang nag-uusap-usap para mag-import tayo ng ganong karami? How do you determine the extent of importation as regards onion? 2019, 2021.
Sir, for 2021, siguro po, i-refer ko po kay Director George. Pero sa amin po, during the time na nakapag-decide kami, we based it on PSA data and our actual monitoring and surveillance. Po.
PSA data, ano na yun eh. Ang lumalabas yan, galing din sa inyo yan eh. Huli na yan bago nila i-print, official na yun eh. Pinag-uusapan natin, mag-i-import pa lang eh. Sino ang nagdi-determine kung magkano ang importahin? Director Culaste, ilang volume ng ilang metric tons? Sino nagdi-determine nun?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, nagtitrigger po yung ang nagdi-decide po usually, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, is yung series of stakeholders, consultative.
Sino nga yung
meeting.
mga stakeholders na yan bago natin ma-determine ilang metric
All yung
tons?
farmers, yung mga traders and importers, and also representative from DA Amas and DA High Value Crops, and representative. Of course, it is being hosted by the Plant Quarantine Division of the Bureau of Plant Industry.
Hindi totoo yan eh. Kasi bago ninyo ma-determine yan, kailangan nyo munang alam ilan ba yung inventory natin. Doon tayo magsisimula eh.
Tama po, Mr.
Ang
Chair. Your Honor.
totoo niyan, walang i-inspect sa mga cold storage. Na-establish na namin yan initially. Nandiyan ang Argo, nag-testify na sa amin, ni hindi nila makita ang mga muka ng taga-BPI na pumupunta at nag-check doon sa kanilang inventaryo. Nag-uusap-usap lang kayo, kunwari lang, i-determine nyo na ito yung kailangan nating importahan dahil kulang tayo. Sa totoo lang, pati yung demand nga kaya kami nalilito rito. Ang totoong demanda, 2022, sa kwenta namin, 163,000 metric tons lang. Ito yung totoo. Bakit? Kasi, binobola ninyo yung PSA . Yung PSA naman, naniniwala sa data nyo o magiging opisyal. Halimbawa, 2022, 260,000 metric tons. Yun ang demand. Ngayon, ang production, kulang, sabi niya, kaya kayo mag-i-import. Pero ang totoong demand, 163 lang, hindi 260. Sa makatwid, 100,000 metric tons ang binload. Alam mo kung bakit naniniwala kami na binobloat nyo? Ito, base sa submission ng Argo, 441,292,000 bags ang na-deposit sa kanila for the whole 2022. Kapag minultiply mo yan sa 28 kilos, makikita mo kung ilang milyong kilos yan. Ngayon, alam namin na 20 cold storage lang ang nag-ooperate sa bansa. So, palagay mo 20. Yan ay aabot sa 247,000 metric tons na production. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong deposito noong 2022 at least 247,000 metric tons. Totoo ito . Ito ang report ng isang cold storage. Pero wala kayong record na ganito nga. Sa makatwid, pag binultiply mo yung 200, nakuha, sa 20, lalabas ang total deposit o total production, 247,000 metric tons. Kung ang ating demand is only 163,000, talagang wala tayong kulang . Tama din ang PSA sapagkat ang sabi niya sa report niya, 120,000 ang sufficiency level. Pero ito nga, makikita namin dito, kasi dito sa initial report ng kaya nga gusto namin kausapin na lang yung cold storage. Kapag nakuha namin ito, magkakalintikan na dito. Makukuha na, kamukha nitong Argo. By November, wala nang laman ang kanilang storage. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kinuha na lahat ng mga malalaking traders yan. Kukunin, dadalhin sa Maynila. So wala na. Wala na kayong makita. Pagkatas mag-uusap-usap, wala na tayong kanya. Wala na tayong sibuyas. Kailangan tayong mag-import. Ganun Ganun ang nangyayari. Kaya, Mr. Chair, sa akin lang, makuha lang natin. Tingnan po ninyo yung nakuha namin data sa Argo. And I would like to congratulate. So gusto kong pasalamatan ng Agro. Argo nga pala. Agro. Binigay nila sa amin ang mga lista. Ito 2022 pa lang. Kasi dito makukuha na natin . Lahat ng mga nagdeposito alam namin, for example, in 2022, ang pinaka number 1 na nag-deposit sa kanila ay pangalang Vivian Victoria. Ang total ng kanyang deposito, 44,000 bags. Pero sa record ninyo, Director Colaste, Director pa, wala kayong ganito. Sapagkat hindi ninyo tinitingnan. Hindi nga nila kayo kilala . Tinanong namin sila kung ilang tao at kung paano ninyo sinusuri, paano nyo ini-inventaryo yung kanilang mga cold storage, wala silang nakita ni anino ninyo. Pagkatapos magre-report kayo sa PSA, ganito ang production, pero tinanong nyo lang yun. Tinanong nyo lang. Director Colaste, sabi mo, hindi kayo pumirma ng importation sa 2022.
Yes,
Ikaw din, Director Panganiban, wala kayong import. Pero sa report ng PSA, merong importation na 29,700 metric tons. Bakit ganun? Wala kayong pinirmahan pero merong reported importation. Sinabi na rin ng customs kanina, although hindi lang nagtali ng konti, pero merong imported. So, walang permit. Pero ang record kasi, sabi ng isang resource person namin, 2022 ang smuggled 20,000 metric tons. 2021 ang smuggled 35,000 metric tons. So yung pong local production na binibili ninyo, na dinideposit, pagkatapos yung imported pa ninyo, na ilalagay sa cold storage, pagkatapos kukunin ng higanting trader, tatanggalin niya itatago niya sa Maynila, mawawala lahat ang sibuyas, at saka nila nilalabas unti-unti pagka mataas na. Mr. Chair, alam mo, magagaling itong mga ito eh. Ang ating bansa, ang ating crop production, 1 year, palagay mo first quarter of the year. Sa ibang bansa, katulad ng India, tsaka yung iniimportahan nila, Mr. Chair, maraming beses silang nakapagtatanim. Siguro 4 na beses sa loob ng isang taon. Siyempre, wala na tayong production, kukuha sila sa mga bansa na murang-mura na. Because they can produce all year round. Let's say 3-4 times a year. Doon nila ngayon tinatiming kung paano nila ipapasok imported. Pag wala na pong sibuyas, Mr. Chair, yung imported na murang-mura na yan, ihahalo nila sa local. May bebenta nila ng pagkamahal-mahal. Ito po yung nangyayari. Kaya nakikiusap ako, ayoko na pong tuntunin kung nagkasakit man yung mga pinatawag natin. Ang gusto ko lang, maglagay po kayo ng mga responsible officers sa mga cold storage, yung makapagbibigay sa amin ng data. Kami na po ang bahala na sumuri nito, mag-analyze. Matutukoy po namin kung sinong may kasalanan. Maniwala po kayo sa amin. Kaya kung yung pong mga nagkasakit, na binigyan nyo ng kung ano-anong mga medical certificate, nagmamalinggering po kayong lahat, hindi na po ako interesado doon. Bahala na po kayo kung ano yung sakit nyo, hindi na ako interesado dyan. Interesado lang po ako, isubmit ninyo lahat yung datang inihingi namin. At sa maniwala kayo sa hindi, matutukoy namin kung sino yung paborito nyo, kung sino yung kasangkot nila dito sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Malalaman po namin yun. Yun lamang po ang gusto namin ipaalam sa inyo na interesado po kami sa mga datos. Kagaya po ng initial na cooperation na ginawa ng Argo. Ganun po yung gusto naming ibigay din yun sa amin. Pati po, kaya namin gustong kunin pati po yung inyong monthly consumption ng elektrisidad. Kasi po by October, kayo po ay kukunin na lahat ang yung po ng deposito nyo. Kukunin na yan. Kaya wala na pong operation ang inyong mga bodega. Alam namin yun. Yung pong ang mga bodega po ninyo ay gumagamit po kayo ng kuryente. Pinakamura 4 million a month to 5 million a month. Lalo na po yung pinakamalaki na 600,000 bags. Hindi po bababa sa 4 million ang inyong utilization ng elektrisidad. Kaya alam namin kung kailan kayo hihinto. Alam namin kung wala na kayong laman. Madali namin makita yan. Kapag 50,000-40,000 na lang, nakahinto na po kayo. Maintenance na lang yun. Kaya pati po yung elektrisidad ninyo, alam namin, kukunin po namin lahat yan. Hindi po kayo pwedeng magsinungaling. Sapagat kapag nagsinungaling kayo, magkakaroon po tayo lahat ng problema. Mr. Chair, yun lang po yung gusto ko. Kasi hanggang hindi po natin gagawin ito, hindi na po maihinto ang pag-hearing na to. Para tayo nagpapatintero rito, pinaglululoko tayo ng mga tao.
Mr. Chairman.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair.